Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. As you can see, I'm in a new place back in college. That's why I didn't upload for weeks, and I missed a lot, guys. I missed Kelly Oubre signing, Ish Smith, Summer League. I didn't technically miss them, obviously. I just missed the videos where they actually happened. So I just want to go through what has happened in these past few weeks with the Summer League, and how I think our team is going to pan out this year, because it's a big uncertainty, especially in the East when you got the Bucks, Nets, 76ers, whatever they do with Ben Simmons. You got the Bulls, who made big moves. It's going to be really uncertain in the East this year. Who makes the playoffs, who sneaks into the 8 seed, who loses in the play-in like we did. And if I want to go off our young guys in the Summer League, although we didn't account for many wins in Summer League, as I think we had 0 wins in total. We played our last game versus the Raptors, I believe. It was either the Raptors or the Bulls. And but I took a lot of things away. I watched points here and there. I never watched a full game front to back. I just watched points in every game, and I took some notes out of every player that I thought could contribute to our team this year, to our final roster. And although some of these guys will be in the G League that I mentioned here, I didn't include guys like Xavier Sneed, who played out there, and some other guys who had little roles there. But I will include the first player here, Scottie Lewis. He can absolutely ball, guys. The game that I watched, he had, I believe, 13 in the first half, and he was doing everything. He shot the 3 well, drove to the basket, he made dynamic layups. This one play, I even noted it here. He drew 2 defenders, then kicked it out to open 3. Just smart basketball plays, which in the Summer League, I guess, is not a common thing to do. But Scottie Lewis really impressed me, guys. His nickname is Scott, yeah, he's been balling. And I think he's a G League player this year. But he reminded me a lot of Malik Monk, how dynamic he was, how he's so raw. The athleticism is definitely there. And the guy that everybody wants to talk about right now, it's kind of like, if I want to compare, Jello Ball is kind of like the Tim Tebow of the Summer League. Tim Tebow is this sensation, not because he's insane or anything. It's just because he's well known. Tim Tebow, obviously, years ago was the face of college football. Led a overtime victory back in his heyday. Jello playing with Lonzo, playing with LaMelo in high school. He was, seen as this really good guy. He got in that scandal over in China when he was on the UCLA men's basketball team. And, he's just been bounced around. I made a video on him, and a lot of people don't like to say that they're wrong on stuff, but I was definitely wrong on that. He balled out, I believe, 9.3 points per game in 16 minutes a game. That's pretty good. His efficiency, nobody really cares about efficiency in the Summer League because it's a Summer League, right? So he balled out way more than I thought he would. I thought he looked out of shape. I thought the shooting didn't transfer. It definitely did. 5 threes in his first game, 16 points in his first game. Had solid plays. He had a sequence where he scored a tough layup, defended well, then scored a 3 in transition. He impressed me, guys. I have to admit it. I did not expect this at all. Does he make our final roster? He has the fan vote. I'll tell you that. That's where I'll go. JT Thor, another guy. I tweeted out, because I was watching a point in the game where JT Thor was in. I pointed out how he probably is taking Nick Richards' spot. Nick Richards, it looks a little slow out there, looks a little sluggish. And JT Thor, the point I saw, he was shooting a 3, made it. Long body, athletic, can dunk. Obviously, he's like 7 foot. He impressed me. He reminds me a lot of Bol, maybe a thicker Bol. He's got the height, he's got the athleticism, and he showed a little bit of his touch in Summer League, but I don't know if that translates this year. I think he's in the G League, guys. Grant Riller really disappointed me. I don't think he's making the final roster. We didn't give him and Nate Darling a contract, so it was really, this Summer League was really for him to prove it, and I don't think he did, guys. I just don't think he did. Kai Jones, a lot of athleticism, just like JT Thor, but If JT Thor was on crack, that's what Kai Jones is. Really impressed me. I think he had a solid performance, good rebounding. Defense has to improve. That's what I'll say. That's how he's going to get his minutes on the defensive end. When Mason Plumlee gets tired after 3 minutes, Kai Jones has to go out there and be a defensive anchor, especially in the East with, Joel Embiid, Giannis, Vucevic, who can stretch the floor. But I think Kai Jones does have the athleticism here to stretch the floor, help LaMelo, and obviously the lobs are going to be spectacular in the season. Last guy I have for the Summer League roster is James Bouknight. Solid all-around player. Reminds me of what Cade Cunningham was supposed to be advertised. Obviously, Cade Cunningham had a couple good games. Cade Cunningham plays a solid all-around game on the defensive end as well. But James Bouknight can do it all. He can pass, he can shoot. His shooting was on display all throughout Summer League. And although he's inefficient, he shot a 4 for 17 game. It's a Summer League. I don't take in percentages and advanced stats in the Summer League because everybody is so raw that it's hard to use those measurements. But I really like James Bouknight. I think in college, I watched some of his film, and he's just an athletic specimen. I feel like every guy here that we picked up in the draft, James Bouknight, Kai Jones, JT Thor, and Scottie Lewis, all have bounce, and we just went for athleticism maxed. And it's going to be exciting where he lies in. We traded away. I did a sign and trade with Devontae Graham, which I made a video about, but that opens up the door for these backup guard minutes, whether that's the shooting guard or the point guard. And James Bouknight has a role now as a backup. And although we have Ish Smith, which I'm about to talk about, I think they're battling for minutes. Ish Smith is, a solid veteran. He's a travel man. He's been on, every NBA team, it feels like. But, he can provide solid minutes, the same role as Brad Wanamaker did. But I think Ish Smith is a lot better than Brad Wanamaker. So I like it. I like the signing. We needed a backup guard position because you can't rely on a rookie to be playing that backup minutes in the secondary role. But yeah, I like Ish Smith. Kelly Oubre, I thought, a lot of Hornets fans, because I follow a lot of them on Twitter, were like, Charlotte's a free agency destination now, and I was like, oh my God, we have Kelly Oubre. That's the only one that I saw. We have as a free agent because Ish Smith, I think he was waiting for a contract. So when Charlotte reached out, he was more than happy. Kelly Oubre, great 3-point shooter. Last season didn't have the best season, but he showed what he can do in Phoenix, and we got him for 2 years. I forget if we have a team option on this. I think it's just a straight 2 years. There's no team option, no player option. So 2 years, $13 million a year. I thought that's a pretty good deal. Because the market, with Duncan Robinson making $18 million a year, that $13 million a year for Kelly Oubre was pretty good. And we'll see what his role is, whether he somehow starts in front of a Gordon Hayward. But it was made public that he doesn't like coming off the bench in the Warriors. So is that the same on the Hornets? I don't know. But yeah, he'll have to prove a lot to play above Gordon Hayward, who were paying $30 million a year. But yeah, that's it for me. Sorry for not uploading a while. I've had to move in. I've had a vacation. And but I'm excited for the Hornets. 60 days till the NBA season begins. And we'll see if there's any more trades that get us Miles Turner. And that's going to be it for me. Thanks for watching.